Over 258 million people don't live in the country they were born. The numbers have risen in the last years. Most immigrants live in developed countries. Asia and Europe have the most international population, but North America also has a lot of diverse population. Even though Asia and Europe have a lot of immigrants, the United States is the country with the most immigrants in the world. On the other hand, India, Mexico, and Russia are the main countries for departure. Almost all immigrants are women. They migrate often for educational and work purposes. There are a lot of immigrant women in Asia due to the fact that most men live to work in Gulf oil states. The United Nations define international migrants as foreign-born persons or foreign-born nationals. While migration is a positive and empowering experience for many, it is increasingly clear that a lack of human rights-based migration governance at the global, regional, and national level is leading to the routine violation of migrants' rights in transit, at international borders especially, and in the countries they migrate to. Human rights violations against migrants can include a denial of civil and political rights, such as arbitrary detention, torture, or a lack of due process, as well as economic, social, and cultural rights, such as the rights to health, housing, or education. The denial of immigrants' rights is often closely linked to discriminatory laws and to deep-seated attitudes of prejudice and xenophobia. As I previously mentioned, the United States is the country with the biggest migrant population in the whole world. America is often seen as a dream, a place where you can achieve anything you want, but the reality is a little bit different. The media portrays America as like this promised land, like something that would change your life forever. Immigrants go to America to seek for better job, educational, and life opportunities. For example, most teenagers that live in frontiers like Tijuana, Mexicali, Ciudad Juárez, etc. often migrate to the United States to receive a better education. But the reality has been very different. During this year, we have seen that the Trump administration has done poorly to eradicate the coronavirus. Also, we've seen a lot of racial injustice due to the death of George Floyd, and it started the movement Black Lives Matter. Also, during the last few years, we have seen that there have been a lot of hate crimes towards the LGBTQ+ community. So America is not that great, but like every country, it has its problems. Some facts that are also like not popular to the common public are that America does not have a universal free healthcare. Also, they don't have free university and it's also very expensive. And unless you're a white rich person, you will be discriminated and your rights won't be valid. I think that people migrate to America to achieve their dreams and to get better job opportunities. And it's true. You can get better opportunities in the United States, especially if you live in countries from Latin America or Asia that are currently in war. Sometimes people don't migrate just because of the money or the education they can get there, but because they feel safe in the country. Same has happened with Mexico during the last few years. Immigrants from Central America often stay here because they can get better jobs or better life opportunities that they can't get in their countries. I know what you're thinking. Mexico is like a country with a lot of problems, but the reality is that countries in Central America often have a lot of gang problems or war, or they often are still in their civil wars. So it's very unsafe for them to be there, and they want their kids and their family to grow in better places like Mexico. I personally don't think that there is a specific way to solve this problem, but I do believe that education can help immigrants and also the host countries to understand why they leave their places in the first place. First, we need to understand that the countries that immigrants come from often have wars or safety problems or economical problems, and that's why they migrate to bigger and better countries like the United States. Also, we need, as citizens of Mexico, safer places to live, especially for women and children, and we also need better educational and job opportunities in order to not leave our country. Also, in Mexico, there are a lot of ONGs that help immigrants help their problems, not only legal problems, but also habitational, food, and clothes problems. So I think that we should all get involved in this problem, and especially if you live in cities that are transitorial for immigrants. For example, I live in Guadalajara, and it is a place where there are a lot of immigrants because a train passes right by our city. So I think that if you can donate food, clothes, water, etc. to these immigrants, you should do it because you don't know the situation they are facing.